Thank you to everyone at S-Thetics. It's been a wonderful journey and I'm feeling so much better for it. I get compliments on my skin from complete strangers now, and I feel very much that I'm part of the S-Thetics family. I've been coming to the S-Thetics clinic here in Beaconsfield, Buckinghamshire for 2 years. In my other life, I go to work in Mayfair every day of the week, and then I come home to Buckinghamshire where I'm with my 3 children and my partner and my dog. I first stumbled across the S-Thetics clinics walking through the old town near to where I live and wondering what was behind the door and what it is they did. And that's where I started my journey, that we looked at my skin and the quality of my skin and had a consultation with that in terms of how I could get improvement. And from there, with great results and great data, we went on to my scalp, my face, my body, and ultimately now having a look at my mind through Exomind and how I can use that as part of an integrated package and an integrated program to really raise to peak performance. So really where we started this journey was around my skin on my face, and using imaging that we've looked at what it is that's going on with my skin across different layers of my skin and how we can improve the health of the skin, from the cleanser that I use to the actual treatments that I put onto my skin. And we started with IS Clinical and we moved to XOE, which I use morning and in the evening. And then since then, I've also moved on to a hair treatment because I wanted to sort of promote health, promote growth with my hair, and so moved to derived treatments onto my scalp. Since then, we've started looking at Exomind, which is a new treatment, which is very exciting. And I'm happy to be part of that journey with Ms. Balaratnam as we figure out how to best use that and integrate that into my holistic program. I've now had my 6th treatment. During the treatment itself, it's entirely painless. And in fact, I think in 4 of my 6, I fell asleep. What you do in the treatment is you sit back and you just try and relax your mind and your body and let the treatment take place, give in to that treatment as it were. How I feel once I've had the treatment is that I have created space and energy in my life so that I can actually go out into the world, and where I might have felt a little bit like there was too much going on or a lot, I felt like I had capacity and space to take on anything that was challenging me at that time. So a real positive benefit when nothing else in the world was changing, but I felt I could take it on a little bit more than I had before I'd walked in the door. I can feel in myself more calm, more capacity to take on whatever it is that life is throwing at me that day or week or month. And as part of a holistic treatment set, it really brings in that extra kind of nudge to high performance. So at work, I can work with my team. I have a large team of over 100 people, and what I need to be for them is a stable and calm influence. So not only is this impacting me and who I am, through my leadership, I can then give that clarity and calmness to those who I work with, which is so important for them. When we first discussed the concept of Exomind and it being a brain device, you sort of have flashbacks to sort of terrible treatments in institutions of bygone eras that perhaps have not gone so well. But that's your initial kind of imagery. I think once you get deeper into the conversation about what this device has been designed to do and how it works, as well as thinking about the journey that I'm on, it became more and more appealing to me that it totally makes sense to me that the brain-body link has such an important part to play in how we look and how we feel and how we act in our day-to-day lives. And as I say, I think the trust in both the technology, the imaging we're seeing, and the whole team here at S-Thetics made it a very easy decision for me to take, and no regrets at all. I think it's been a fantastic experience. So we're going to have probably some regular treatments through until December, say once a month, and see how that goes. And then after that, I might trial peak periods where I know I'm going to be particularly busy at work. I can anticipate those coming and maybe just get in front of them a little bit. So just really play a little bit with the technology to see where you do need it and perhaps where you can leave longer periods of time. Certainly though, this is something I'd like to continue to explore. So, as so many of us do, we have busy lives. We're trying to be present at work, we're trying to give time and energy at home to our children and our partners, and then have something left for yourself at the end of the day. And what I find with Exomind is, whereas before I might have really drawn on my reserves and had very little left in the tank when I came back through the door from work in the evening. Now, both at work and when I get home for my family and for myself, there's enough of me left for everybody, whereas sometimes you give too much of yourself to work and a slightly lesser version of yourself might arrive at home. So my team have benefited at work, my work's got better, but more importantly too is the quality of time I can have with my family and a little bit left for me.